Unless I tell the icon I'm guilty killing.
Alright, so...
If you sold evil with the drow, and you support the drow, and you love the drow, then we might be talking.
Let me find where's my book at? Alright, well, if you guys want to take a rest...
Describe my character?
Go ahead.
I am just clad in all this gold, chainmail.
Gold?
Yes.
Are you rich?
Possibly. And I have red, short hair, kind of messy in my face,
Where's my keys?
blue eyes.
What do you see as narrator?
I'm 3'2". My sister was 3 foot. I'm taller than her, so that's very important. And I'm also skinnier than her, and that's also important. And I went to college, and she did not.
Are you her twin or
Older sister, I had it wrong.
Then why are you named Valhalla the second if you were the first?
Because I came first, and my parents liked her more, so I became the second.
That makes sense.
Right now in the tavern, while y'all are discussing this, you hear of talk...
Have you heard about the Lord of the Light? He's just the best divine sense there is in the entire world. He spreads his light everywhere he goes, and I'm going to do that.
I'll give you 100 gold to please stop talking to me about religion. I'll give you 100 gold right now.
Okay.
Okay, I give her 100 gold just to shut her
Okay.
up. She's flashing the money around. Well, I've got fucking 25 grand here.
Not 25, you have 24, 6, or something like that. So you hear people in the tavern.
What is the god of light in this kingdom? I need to look it up because that's who I worship.
Here's a book.
There's also Google.
For the past...
I've seen him doing tricks with his monkey.
Okay.
You want to add a new trick to your show? Like what? I take him outside.
Mhm.
Can I see your staff?
Do you-
Your house? Alright. And I set him in front and then take the staff. I can throw this up in the air in between us. As far as I can, and it will land perfectly between us. Do it. So straight up. And I'm going to do the 1, 2, 3 and spike it to the ground.
Mhm.
And then after I threw it in the air.
Okay.
So slide a hand check.
Yep.
Can I tell I worship the drow so he can kill my character so the wife can be introduced?
No, because you...
If she does that, then I will try to...
No, not...
You'll find a way.
We'll find a way to kill you. What was the sleight of hand? And then you're rolling perception.
Yeah. Perception.
It would have been so easy to just introduce me now with you.
Yes. So then 15.
So you see it. He's not fooling you at all.
Huh? I probably love to try
I
to
take one of the daggers out of my pocket. Staff still on the ground.
Okay.
I can do it this time.
Okay, well, you just left me a note so I'm behind my wifey.
And I take it. Better not split my staff. You won't get. And I take it and I start doing the 1, 2, 3, and I actually throw the dagger in the air this time.
Okay.
At the same time, I freak out and go, "What the fuck do you think I just did?" I threw a live weapon in the air and I push him at the same time. I think this one first.
Another sleight of hand. And then you need to roll a perception.
You're failing.
No, he failed. 16.
What'd you...
20 plus 12.
Oh, so why would you let me do this? He pushes you out of the way, but he take like 4 gems from him.
Okay.
All right. So while y'all are having a joyous, jovial time drinking, you see the guy who's trying to get you on a quest. He is kind of patiently waiting for you guys, and you hear the town. I mean, everybody in the bar, they're talking. Has been of this so-called death curse, a wasting disease affecting everyone who's been raised from the dead. Victims grow thinner and weaker each day, slowly but steadily sliding toward the death they once denied. When they finally succumb, they can't be raised, and neither can anyone else. Regardless of whether they've ever received the miracle in the past, temples and scholars of divine magic are at a loss to explain a curse that has affected the entire region and possibly the entire world. So you hear this talk, and hearing the talk now, Ellie, your God was like, see, this is why. This is why. I don't know why I'm whispering. This is why you couldn't raise her. There has to be something to do with this death curse. So, guys, we really don't need to. You don't need to take a rest. I promise, my master will make everything better. Just please, we gotta hurry and get to her.
No, we're gonna rest. You fuck off.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it pretty well.
Oh.
I'm going to say, perhaps after all they have been through and all I have been through, it would be better for us to get a good night's rest and continue in the morning.
Well, if I guess. All right, so everybody takes a long rest and heal up.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we by chance level up?
Yeah, you are all on level 2 now.
Oh, no, it does take. We'll do it
Okay.
tomorrow.
So then 1d8 plus awesome. 7.
So while y'all leveling up,
Do it later.
y'all go ahead and level up, or are y'all already prepared for level 2?
We just do it later.
Just, are you sure?
Can Saeed also level up, or
Zayd doesn't level up.
Okay.
He stays the same.
Alright,
Remember, pet.
I know.
Yeah.
Companions.
It's not in here. I'm just
Companions don't
looking
need
at
to level up.
Okay.
duties.
You can,
Should be in the back.
level
Farther in the back.
later. But yeah, pets are pets, unfortunately.
So is there a shop near here?
No, you're like 10 miles from the shop.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if you want to walk through the night, you can, but you don't get your full night's rest. And you still have those 2 items, Avis. Are you going to put them on, or
Just gonna put the necklace on.
you're gonna put the necklace on? All right, so you gain. Let's see, what is it?
Reminds me
Plus
of
2 to dex.
another campaign I played long ago.
Yes.
And the rings, so plus 1 to charisma.
Yeah. Are you gonna put the ring on?
No, I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
So be careful.
Which yeah, okay. You don't put the ring on. So yeah, it's just plus 2 your dex modifier, not the dexterity. So, but because if you take it off, you'll lose the plus 2, basically. Okay. It's kind of like how Ekthar's necklace gives him plus 2 to strength modifier. All right. All right. So you guys leveled up.
I'm going to want to walk all night to the shop.
All right. If you walk all night to the shop, you've now split the party,
Yeah.
and you're not healed. So you walked all night to the shop.
I'm going to fight something on night. I'm going to die. I've got
Nope.
It's poultice. That's who I worship.
So you get to the shop. You're tired. You're exhausted.
Alright.
What are you doing?
Do you by chance have a bag of holding?
I'm fresh out of those. I'm sorry, but I can give you. What's that other item called? Was it like what was it, satchel? A sack of holding. It's not as good. It's smaller and it doesn't hold as much. It doesn't hold as big things. It just holds a bunch of small things.
I'll take it. How much?
It'd be 100 gold.
All right. I didn't give him 100 gold.
Okay.
And what kind of health potions do you have?
I just have regular 2
Buy all of them.
2d4 plus 2. I only have 10 right now.
I'll take them all.
All right. What is that? 10 gold apiece. So you another 100 gold.
Okay.
Because we're
All right.
about to go in the wilderness.
Yep. So I give a person another 100 gold.
Yep.
And then I ask, well, what other magic items do you might have?
We just haven't had any traders come through, and I'm freshly out of stock. That we've had so many bad storms come through. It's the mountains aren't blocking them like they used to for some reason. The lake's not taking it. taking the blunt of the rain and the winds. Just nobody's able to make it up the coast at the moment.
I understand. Thank you for your time.
No problem. So you hold on. Everybody else, what do you go do? It's a new day.
I also put all of the gems inside these type of holding.
Done. Yep. So, new day, guys.
You're gonna try and pickpocket me again, aren't you?
What are y'all doing? Aladdin is no longer with you.
Valhalla Squared is going to go down and talk to the innkeeper and see what kind of gossips they've heard. Will you grab me a piece of pizza? Oh, powerful one.
The buffalo?
No, the other one.
The spinach? Yep. Alfredo?
Come on, grab me anything and chips.
Sure.
Thanks, man.
We have the best DM ever.
There you go. No problem.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Okay, so I beat you, Effie. What now? So, all right, you see Babylon. Apparently, he doesn't sleep. This half orc does not sleep. He has a big grin on his face, and he's like, "Man, did y'all see the fights last night? They were awesome. I know I have to replace that chair, but that guy taking a chair shot to the face was amazing."
Was it done for a purpose?
No, people just come here to fight.
Then it is wicked.
It is not wicked. It's for a good time.
And I walk away.
Okay. So, but you see downstairs now in the tavern, are you making your way back, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. So you see that guy still patiently waiting for you. Okay. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So that guy's patiently waiting. Are you ready to see my master now? We've got to go.
No, I need to talk to the innkeeper.
So you go back to the innkeeper now? Okay. You didn't like those guys fighting now. Tavern and inn, the same thing.
How does the innkeeper know about that?
The fight, it's the same guy. Innkeeper, the tavern owner. It's like it. Just imagine, set 2 stories and there's rooms.
I imagine it's bad for business.
Actually, no. There's really no fighting in town because it's a peaceful town. And this is where people take out their aggression. It's the way I make my money.
Replacing the things that damage.
Not really. I just made 1,000 gold off that druid. I mean, I can replace everything I have now. I have an abundance of money.
What's the latest gossip around here?
Well, there's a death curse that people are talking about that, if you've been raised from the dead, you slowly decay.
Who raises who from the dead?
Clerics, monks, druids,
What is the curse?
they just call it a death curse.
What does it do?
I mean, I've only heard gossip, but if you, have raised from the dead, you start falling apart.
How soon?
It's unknown.
There's no cure.
Everybody have been studying in the libraries from what I've heard. Nobody can find an answer.
Is there anyone around here who's seen it firsthand?
The only person I know who might be afflicted from it is that guy's master.
What do you know about his master? Who's trustworthy? Should we go with him?
She's a former adventurer, and let's see, she's a former adventurer. She's an archmage, and she's well known around these parts. She was once renowned from her bravery.
Okay. She's a scholar sort of type.
Yes.
What's her name?
Her name is Syndra.
She would not wish this ill.
No, she would not.
Okay.
I do recommend you going with him. They've hired many parties, but nobody's returned.
Why are they hiring parties?
I don't know, but that's why my business has been low, and I was so happy to see the druid.
I'll pass on side goal. And I'll say
Thank you.
for the information.
Thank you. Man, let's go buy another chair.
Alright, I go to my fallen sister's comrades and I tell them everything I want.
All right, Aladdin. You finally get back. You're exhausted. You're tired, and now you're back with the group in the tavern. All right. So she's informed everybody. Are y'all wanting to go?
What's her name again?
Syndra.
And also, I'm going to turn to Apollo the second.
Mhm.
Since your sister was sent to protect me, and you can still friend, take this ring and I give you a ring with a plus one word.
But while wearing it, also,
I bow to you.
yeah, this is what also it is. So where is it? This is what it also does, not just that. Because
I like her.
all right. So are y'all going to make your way to her place? All right. So she is currently in that building.
I tell you guys, I think we need to go see her to figure out what's going on with this downstairs. Innkeeper seems to think this is the only person around that's seen it in action. I did not get it from up here. Okay. You did bury my sister, right? She's not going to be raised by this.
No, she did.
Okay.
Very.
She would not want to be one of those figures, and I would hate to have to fit her down.
But then again,
We might have got under.
in the past, have you?
That's still gonna be a hell of a body crawling around somewhere.
Exactly. It'd be like,
How much is our room say?
We come back and burn her.
I have a feeling we're going to see her again. I just,
zombie law.
out of character, we're going to probably all see her again.
Yeah.
All right. So you get to her house. If you take off the top for me, you guys can all just put the other one, the other house.
The non-burnt house.
Then yeah, the
The
non.
non-falling apart
So you
house.
see her sitting in the chair. You've passed the guard in front of her house.
Does the guard care that we're there?
He sees the guy bringing you. The
He trusts the guy.
yep. You see a wooden panel room with a fireplace, comfortable chairs, and a heavy table bearing goblets. Just use your imagination and bottles of wine. The darkly paneled walls are hung with maps and sea charts. Racks, shelves, and cabinets hold hundreds more rolled up of maps and charts. A person seated in an overstuffed chair near the fire. You can't discern a gender, but the only person's head emerges from under a heavy blanket draped over the chair and an embroidered hood and silver mask concealing the wearer's face. Even the person's dry, raspy voice provides no clue. Help your... I ain't gonna do that, but that's gonna kill my voice. I was wrong. Help yourself to wine. Seat yourself, friends. I hope I may call you that. I'm, my name is Syndra Sylvan. I was an adventurer years ago. I died once and was raised from the dead. I have since closed the door on that stage of my life. This death curse you've heard about has struck me. I don't know how much longer I'll last before I perish. Clerics have no help. They have no idea what's happening. I would like to pay you to go to Cholt, because I've heard that's where this curse is from.
Okay. I want to walk up to her and I want to take her. Describe me what she looks like.
She's a human with, she has a mask on. Her arms are taped up like in medical tape. She's let's see. she's very ill. She's not very strong right now. Like the robe over her head, you can't even see her hair. If you did, it would be falling out. And she's real weak.
Pause. Ella, do you have detect magic? Will you cast that on her? So she's basically withering before our eyes. I want to ask her, I'm going to put my hand over hers and look, I'm so sorry you're in this predicament. We're here to help. We want to find out the cause of this curse and basically cure it, if possible. And I want her to tell me, like, everything surrounding it, what led up to this, when was she afflicted, and how quickly has she started to decline.
This has only started just days ago. It has impacted me so bad. I've only, through my contacts through Cholt, it's been affecting them horribly. They've been overrun with zombies. There's just things plaguing.
Were they attacked by zombies? What started the?
We don't know.
Hey.
It just started affecting me. We don't know what the root cause is.
Did it happen before or after you were brought back to life?
It's happened after.
How soon after?
Oh, I've been around for a long time after I died, but the curse has really just started days ago.
Were you in any kind of different area than you've been in before?
No, I've just been living my life here, teaching people, leading them on, not leading them on adventures, but telling them where to go explore if they're looking for it.
I want to cast Divine Sense to see if I can sense anything undead or foul, like play going on with her.
You know that there's a curse. She is, she was raised from the dead, but now she seems like she's dying, and she might become undead if she continues to wither away.
Can I pray to my deity to see if they know the exact cause?
You can.
Sorry, I'm taking over y'all. Say y'all.
You can.
Say something.
You can pray, and while you're praying, does anybody else have any questions?
I want to ask her, how much is she going to pay us, and is it up front?
I will. No, it's not up front.
This bitch. She's about to die.
But I can promise you, treasure is in Cholt, and I can promise you that if you come back solving this death curse, I will reward you handsomely.
Sounds like you're about to die in like 2 days' time.
Well, if you solve the curse, this will be over with, and even if I do die, someone may be able to bring me back if you succeed.
Wow.
I walk up to her and ask her, so you have been an adventurer for a long time and have been to many places, right?
Yes.
I pick out the swastika cloth that has the bandit clan symbol on it, and then I show it to her. And have you seen this symbol before?
I have.
Do you by chance know where I can find this clan?
They're somewhere on this continent. They just travel, causing mayhem.
Do you by chance have a last known location or something?
The last known location. Where y'all at? The last known location I know of, they were near the Serpent's Head in the Torn Forest.
Sorry.
Ma'am, thank you very much.
No problem.
You bring
You're welcome.
the clan much honor. Just bring
Just-
one step closer.
Just go to Cholt and find his curse
I will.
and destroy it.
Treasure and Cholt.
There is.
Why we gotta come back here?
Because I will give you greater treasure.
Then why we want to go to Cholt?
I need you to find the death curse.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, she's like 3 feet away from
Well,
death.
go ahead. If you slay me,
You know, my
You'll never
character
s-
can't allow that.
You'll never see. You'll never see the.
Won't allow that.
You'll never see the treasure.
If I go to Chilton.
If you solve the death curse there, you'll find more treasure there. That should pay you handsomely on top of what I'm going to give you.
What are you going to get?
What do you want?
All Drow dead.
I can give you a tool that'll help you along the way. Hmm?
She went.
Roll roll perception. Then
Yeah, 4. So
you can't tell if I'm lying or not, but you believe me. You believe every word I'm saying to you that there is treasure in Chulton. I'll give you the tool to defeat Drow.
I'm gonna ask her about how many people have you sent?
Of my tribe on the mountains, if she's heard anything about them.
I've sent many parties. Nobody's returned. I have heard of your village, and I know of their trouble. I've heard news that trouble is spreading.
Epi.
How's the mountain?
The mountain's in turmoil. I know who you are.
Please keep it quiet.
Do I hear this? That you said, I know who you are?
Everybody
No, no.
You all, everybody hears
Who
me.
is he?
She just stares at you. I can't tell you.
Oh, you bitch. What a bitch. Can I persuade her to tell me?
No.
How can I not persuade her?
Because she's ill. And she's
I
already...
feel like that should be like the easiest way then to persuade someone. She's ill.
Okay,
old,
go ahead. Roll persuasion then.
Got some dimension bullshit. Yeah, God, Jesus Christ. Let's see. 15.
No.
Damn it. It hasn't been like, what, a 20 for you?
It is high. Does anybody else have any questions? I have maps of what we've gathered. Chult is still a mystery.
Since I've wandered, I think I have advantage with maps and stuff. You have excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and stuff like
Have you
that.
been to Chult?
No, but it should help with.
It'll help you when you explore.
Okay.
But right now, because you've never been to Chult, that wouldn't help you. You'll look at the map and you'll understand it, and you can understand where, that looks like the mountains, or there's an ocean there or whatever. But other than that, it's not going to help you by just
She's also
staring at the map.
drooling right now, so her feet are occasionally twitching, but I just see her falling off.
The map you have.
I'll give you each a copy of the map.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna put the big map out here in a minute, and then print y'all off some later.
Awesome.
Can you
Hello.
provide transportation?
I can teleport you there with the
Effie,
last little
I
bit,
believe you.
with
The cat is
the
home.
last little bit of my magic that I have, because it just drains my strength. I can teleport you to Chult,
Do it.
but if you don't trust my magic,
Do
Oh,
it.
don't do it.
if you don't trust my magic, I'll charter a boat for you. But
Teleport us.
I'll teleport. I'll
Right
wave
now.
magic.
Let's go.
okay,
Things to do.
boom.
I guess we're teleporting.
You guys are now teleported to Chult. So, just 1 second.
I was gonna call this bitch on her bluff, but she was telling the truth. Effie's gonna take your shit off.
Alright, so, hold on.
I need money characters.
And for future reference, for
That was
listeners,
really cute in her.
this stuff onto our table and it's now crawling all over our character sheets.
Because Effie is the final boss. You really don't know that, but she is.
What is her hit points?
10,000.
She has 9 lives.
Oh shit. And how many hit points do each life has?
You have to
through the fur to even get to her.
Yeah. You have to roll with disadvantage to attack her.
You know what? I'm a tiefling. Light myself on fire, and I'll just grapple her as I'm on fire.
She likes the warmth.
I'll get the train off the table.
Take the kitty away. This big old ragdoll.
If you want to give me my dice that I put in jail, I can take it back now.
Sure.
It's been in jail long enough, probably. I think it's in Connor's jail.
You guys are in Let's see.
Look at that cat.
That is a funny name. That's a funny name.
You were at the see. There's I have a friend named Wakanga. He is one of the 7 princes who rule the city. I will be staying there, awaiting for you. But yeah, she came with you.
I love the Black Panther almost reference there.
Don't you need to find
Hold on.
some place to lay
Hold
down
on.
and rest and stuff?
Yeah, she's going with her guards to her friend's house. So you appear in a tropic city under the blazing sun. The familiar sounds of the harbor creaking. The harbor, creaking ropes, slapping waves, heavy barrel rolling across cobblestone, mingling with voices shouting and cursing in an unfamiliar language with clicks, inhalations, and I can't say that word. Singology of words that make it sound almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices, tropical fruit mixes with the wharf-side smells of fish, tar, and canvas. Beyond all that, Port Nyanzaru is an explosion of colorful buildings. Buildings are painted in bright shades of blue, green, orange, and salmon pink. Or their walls are adorned with murals portraying giant reptiles and mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colorful flowers or is draped in leafy flowering vines. Minstrels in bright clothing adorned with feathers and shells perform on street corners. Multicolored pennants and sun awning fluttering atop the city walls. A crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes races past you, squealing in delight. Terror as a street performer costume as a big-toothed lizard stomps and roars behind them. The whole city seems to be bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing, and singing. I recommend that you guys secure rooms either at the Thundering Lizard if you're looking for a raucous time, or Kanya's house of repose if you want a good night's sleep.
I want a good night's sleep because
I just want to point out how literally we described Africa. You ever know, we got some Wakanda named dude up in here. We got colorful stuff. People are talking in clips and musical languages. It's Port Zahua, whatever the fuck it's pronounced. Literally, we're in Africa.
Do you know the way?
No Uganda knuckles. Because I only know Zulu and Xhosa. I don't know any of that Ugandan language. I do not know the way. I speak it.
My church does missionary work with Uganda. All my missionary work.
Who is wearing heavy armor?
Valhalla, and she's not happy that we're here because she doesn't like water.
You're not
And there's
gonna like.
water everywhere.
She's not happy.
Well, you don't know there's water everywhere.
Valhalla's dead.
Big ass island. Valhalla the second.
Valhalla II doesn't like water.
It's very hot. You guys would instantly start sweating. It's
I'm
easily.
a tiefling.
I'm used to it since we were raised in the desert.
My Valhalla II is anemic, so this doesn't really affect her. She's always cold in here.
You're raised in dry heat. This is island heat. That's very different.
You guys immediately start sweating. Except
Not me.
You can see it, guys.
it's
Well,
like
you do not know the difference.
heat here in Georgia when it's summertime. Sweating, it's miserable.
The team at his tail is what you're saying.
Well, we're in Alabama, which I think is just as bad as Georgia.
It is.
No, now they know where to find us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me give our exact GPS location.
Exactly. You know how big Alabama is?
I'm being facetious.
I know.
So as you stand there, and she's,
Your crippled girlfriend needs help.
I'm working on it. Which one?
you see, you hear big footsteps. You hear, the earth is kind of shaking, and
What the heck was that?
You know what's coming.
You see this big blue. Oh, let's see. You see this big green Stegosaurus
What?
I've been wanting
going
a dinosaur.
by,
Dragging.
dragging things by.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get a dinosaur.
This isn't.
It's a dinosaur.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you laid that down, I was like, that's not a stegosaurus at all.
Oh my gosh, it's a green dinosaur. This is green.
Want to get technical? It was a Mexico.
Just be happy it's a green dinosaur and we might get to race it.
Well, I don't want to have him out.
So you see,
How are you gonna ride that as a team?
I will find a fucking way.
Yeah.
I mean, our freaking gnome over here could get a velociraptor, and he could go anywhere with that. He's tiny as fuck. I will find a way.
so you
I'll find the one between.
you see this dinosaur, Stegosaurus pulling carts behind him, and as the rider, is on his neck, and yeah, about the only place exactly. So, there, and then you see you're on the dock. You see boats. You see the dock master, and there's all kinds of flowers, green plants, vines are growing everywhere. There's the constantly need of trimming of the plant life because it could overrun the city. We see defensive walls, towers, with colorful awnings to shield guards from the sun and rain. All the streets within the city walls are paved with cobblestone. They have deep rain gutters as much as 2 feet. Residents pay little attention to any of these heavy dolges. You see tobacco minstrels wandering the streets performing for anyone who tosses them a few coins. Walls divide the city into districts and open up the archways above the streets. The streets are painted with murals of dinosaurs, mountains, mythical heroes. But farther into the city, you see crumbling ancient buildings covered with vines that indicate how old Cholt really is.
Wow. This is my kind of place. There's animals everywhere, amazing plant life.
I don't like it as hot.
So I do recommend that you guys wear light armor. Otherwise, it'll be difficult on your adventure. Also, if you don't know the area, I recommend finding a guide.
Tegan, chew that.
If you don't, and this is the only city,
Your guy.
I can't be your guide. I will surely perish.
Tegan can.
Oh, Tegan can.
I will smack you if you bite that pillow again. Try biting that pillow again.
Where was I?
A guide.
Got.
I need a guide.
This is, and if you, this is the only place where you will be able to purchase health potions or anything, and it's ruled.
Where's the person we can purchase those from? And that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna follow behind him.
He is. What's his name?
I'll follow them.
Okay.
I'm going to be the only one who can really take that.
You got 2,000 gold. You gave me 100 gold, and I gave
True.
away 5. But I
True.
still not
You're
got
right.
gold.
You're right.
And then all I wanted to help fish.
Sure.
Tegan!
Let me find it. Who is it?
I have an Australian Shepherd named Tegan. Maybe I'll post a picture if you guys are.
Well, you gotta post a picture of Effie since he's the final boss.
Exactly.
So you guys can follow me. Wakanga. He owns all the health potions of this city.
He's the monopolizer.
How did he come to be the ruler of this city?
You just got the health potion.
Bitch, either you follow me, you
Hold
can
on.
perish.
Pretty much.
Evidently, they don't have
Before, I don't know much about the city, but before there was one god for.
Oh my god, we can.
We can walk.
you said it's a mending shop.
Let's see. Hold on.
They're gonna pimp you out. It's
Nice.
more money for help.
Hey, yeah, no, literally, let's set up a booth, do some a little really shit drawing thing, and be like, Healthcare, 5 gold
Oh, me
each.
too as a paladin. I can be like,
Yeah, no.
bless you.
5 gold each.
that's
And we
why
can
I
keep
just
making
make
money.
Yes.
I can make
No, these people already sound like they're very poor.
I can get you customers.
I can make
How
potions.
much,
buy
how
real
much
people
many
in
herbs
these.
do you need for this potion?
Yeah, can we do this?
What?
Can we like get our 2 healers here to like open up a booth since one dude's the monopolizer of health potions, but we got 2 people who can heal people? Can we just be like, fuck you, Krakow, we're gonna get a lot of money, and then we'll come buy from you?
You can try.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and this is gonna get her and I killed.
I will sit here and play music that will convince people that this is perfectly fine.
Fireball Healing Incorporated.
Yes.
So,
Are you going to go with her to Wakanga, or are you guys going to attempt to open up a healing booth?
I'm going to talk to Wakanda.
I feel like the opportunity to spread the good word of Foltus, the god of light and law, in this town, Indian town, uncivilized town.
No, it's not uncivilized. There is 7 merchant princes who monopolize the city, but there are small temples everywhere of every god because they of
Really sound like a Christian.
so many different places, so many different gods.
They're the wrong gods. So I need to spread the word of Foltus.
Would you like to go to the Foltus temple?
No, we're gonna open up
I'm
again.
gonna- Oh yeah, there's a Foltus temple here.
I told you there's there. Okay.
That's
So-
my god.
So are you splitting the party?
No, first I'm going to spread his word throughout the marketplace.
Okay.
Walking along.
And then I will go to his.
You don't want to go to the Wakangas anymore?
No, I'm gonna hang out with the cleric because we have that religion thing going together.
Now, are we gonna offer healing services?
You're going to run out of spell slots.
Ah, damn.
I was just gonna roll medicine checks on all of them.
Oh, yeah.
You're
I mean-
healed. Well, your soul is healed.
I
Your
will
whole
pray for
body,
you.
it's okay.
Pray
It's
for
your
the
soul that's
divine
healed.
cultist.
Give me a little more experience and I can actually do it more efficiently.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to go find a god? Do you want to continue to explore the city?
So
Um.
To Wakanda.
Okay.
you know
Splitting the
those.
party.
You know those preacher dudes that like stand on the corner of the street and they hold up signs that say
I'm
the
not
world is
saying
ending.
I'm just saying you
Repent
should be the only
now.
one going.
That's what I'm
The
doing.
party is now splitting.
All right. So is anybody going with Aladdin?
Thank you.
Did y'all hear what I was doing?
Avis is coming with me.
Avis is going with them.
She is.
I'm thinking about health potions, but I was wanting to see if I could pimp out our 2 healers and get a lot of gold.
He can afford it.
You. Okay. All right. Well.
Yes, but I don't have sleight of
You
hand
two. You two. Then you follow Syndra to Wakanga, and he goes, Syndra, who have you brought me? These are 2 of the adventurers that are going to go find the death curse.
I'm Aladdin's the head of Zod. Pleasure to meet you.
Happy to meet you.
What's your monkey doing?
He is just kind of poking he's just kind of poking his head up behind my head and just staring at him. Oh, and this is Saeed, my pet.
Welcome to Africa.
Nice to meet you,
Everything
Zaid.
is edible.
I think your monkey needs to see
What?
people's true intentions.
What? I see that
I
you
can have
you.
someone enchant him to do
That
that.
needs to happen.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. What can I help you with? Obviously, a friend of Syndra's is a friend of mine.
We are here to find out the origins of the death curse and put a stop to it.
I only know of it, and I do hope you find it and defeat it soon, because I would surely hate to see my friend Syndra die.
I understand. She's already helped me a great deal. Is it possible that you've heard whisperings or musings of places that could have been the first to affect it? Is that way?
It started here in Cholt. I do know that.
So it's right here in the city. It's
Not in the city, just on the continent.
on the
Catherine
continent.
did it. Catherine did. On her route to becoming a witch.
What about the first two? What about the first 2 afflicted? Do you know of that?
No, I do not.
It's a good place
Uh, I just know you need to go into the jungle. And there lies, you got to go to the city of Omu.
Sounds like it's gonna hurt. You have anything that could, help
Well,
you?
of course, I do. I have health potions.
How do you
Spare
get
a few since
I can't spell a few, but I also sell spell scrolls as well.
What kind of spell scrolls?
What kind are you looking for?
Fireball.
I have a level 1 fireball.
I have a 1 fireball spell.
That would come in handy sometimes.
I'll take the fireball spell. And what kind of health potions?
I have regular health potions, and I have the greater health potions.
We'll take 10 of each.
10.
Oh yes.
Ooh. Okay. So with your 1 scroll of fireball. Hold on.
If you had trees, I would knock them over.
10 of what? Which one? Both?
Both. 10 of both.
Okay. Alright, that's 8. Let's see. Plus. Hold on.
Yeah, like you did. It's called rolling into your ball, not to just go.
That is going to be.
I know that now.
Let's see.
For acrobatics check, I should have fallen.
That's going to be 4,000 gold.
Alright, I reach into my satchel of holding.
For one thing of fireball?
She's buying a bunch of things.
1 fireball scroll,
Expensive
10
fireball
lesser
scroll.
healing potions, and 10 greater healing potions.
Yes.
I then go into my satchel of holding and take out 4 gems and place them on the counter.
What about invisibility potions?
Yes, do you also have invisibility
I
potions?
do not. I just deal with health and spell scrolls.
Alright, what other damaging spell scrolls do you have?
I got.
Huh?
Soul of Resurrection.
Do you have a scroll of resurrection?
Yes, but obviously you don't know much about the death curse and you haven't been listening.
So, you're right.
So if we brought someone back, they would be gone.
Yeah,
I don't think we would have a
you're right.
chance to bring
You're
anyone
right.
back.
So, my apologies.
It would have been good in your situation.
Let's see. I have a.
Any
Let's see, what do you- I already. I have a fairy fire. I have a long stride. Let's see. I have a guiding bolt.
You have lay on hands.
Let's see.
Guiding bolt.
All right, you get a scroll of lighting, level 1 scroll. It's another 100.
Okay. Okay. I'll take out 100 gold pieces and put them on the table.
All right. I don't have lay on hands, and I have a. You mentioned invisibility. I do have a spell scroll level 2 of his invisibility
For one person.
for 1 person. But you didn't go with him. It's only Avis and.
I know, I'm just thinking in my head
Oh, okay.
what that could be used for.
Would you like to buy that?
I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
So I pay for all the stuff.
Yep.
And I put whatever I can inside the satchel of holding.
All right. Anything you can fit all your coins. You can put your scrolls in there, but since the satchel of holding is kind of smaller, if you don't want to put your potions there, you want to kind of keep them in your backpack.
Gotcha.
Or you could pass them out to your friend.
Sure.
So while they're with Sindra Wakanga, go ahead.
Is there someone in this town that deals with enchanting? And magic of the sword?
Let's see. I deal with scrolls. You can go to. Let's see. You can go to Jabal. He can tell you where the guides are at. He might know there are. You can go to Ekni Afa. He deals with magic shields and magic weapons. You can go to let's see. You could go to Zahanti, who deals in gems, jewelry, cloth, and armor. But there's really no one who can enchant per se. You would just have to find a enchanter on your own.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
Sir, have a good day.
Turn to Sindra and ask if she would show us what a guide.
You can go to one of the taverns, and there are plenty of guides there, or the harbor.
Does she have any recommendations?
Let's see. I recommend. Let's see what you got.
Valhalla.
As let's see.
During this whole time, can we have been earning gold by offering up health services for 5 gold each?
I'm preaching that the world is ending.
You can go
And I
to.
need to repent.
I recommend Azaka Stormfang. I recommend. I recommend Hugh Hackstone,
And then I'll send them over there to get healed.
and I recommend.
The world's ending. Because I was death cursed.
And I'm encouraging people with my song to believe her words and that Ella can heal them.
And I recommend Iku.
Someone says it, believe it's with him.
Yeah.
And while you guys are trying to,
They won't even know how.
Very successfully right now. Don't
Very
say
successful?
trying. We are
while you're
successful.
trying to,
He's threatening people with bodily harm, and I'm singing very convincing music
for healing.
to
No.
convince them to believe her
No.
words.
Oh.
Like, you need
I'm
to
using all my
repent
charisma
Mm-hmm.
to tell them the world's ending and they need to
that
get
Ella
healed.
can save them, and we get 5 gold with each person.
Oh, roll a deception, all of y'all.
Deception? What does that use? Charisma?
Do I have to roll deception? I'm trying to hit him.
You're
I'm not being
doing
deceptive about it.
you're doing intimidation.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
I'm convincing people very well.
Yes.
12, 15.
I will get
Okay.
bardic inspiration.
If this
Add a
works,
3.
I'm going to be surprised.
15.
Everybody's believing you. Nobody's wanting to get hit by this mean dwarf. Gnome. Everybody is wanting to believe you, and they've donated. It's a very crowded street, and they believe you, and they donate 50 gold, and 100 silver. They've thrown that into whatever satchel you have on the ground. Is it-
Come again.
And I say it's going to the temple.
Yeah. We need health potions.
By this time, Avis and Aladdin get back to you, and they see what you're doing.
I see the little gnome sweating, and I just take my wings and start fanning them off a little bit.
You accidentally blow them away.
Launch him into a building with the
Yeah.
winch here.
I can tell Valhalla everything I bought from the shop in the first place, and then what I bought from Wakanga.
I tell him, excellent, you've done well, child. Poultice will reward you in the next life.
Okay. Well, I want to go buy some health potions before we go do anything.
So you want to go to Wakanga, back to Wakanga?
Yeah.
I'm going to reason with them. They can keep the gold. Let me at least take the silver to the temple. The 100 silver.
Hold on.
Okay.
So
Because Ella can get the 50 gold, because she's the one who's performing the healing services.
I just feel like hit someone.
hold on.
She's only need like that.
That's what Lahala the first would have done.
I like
I'll threaten you.
Now we're just kindred spirits.
You can still make a mega person with
When my Goliath
Valhalla
comes.
too.
It won't be as fun.
I'm gonna make a naked person with a winged guy because he can fly.
Well, when my Goliath joins.
Wait, why is it dinging? What does that mean?
Zombies and skeletons are coming! Everybody in! Everybody in!
I'm going towards the zombies and skeletons.
No!
I'm following
They are
behind.
unholy and I must smite them.
They are. So let's see.
Smite them in the name of Paulus.
I'm just going to kill them.
So they're going to the outskirts of the town. That's because there are no walls, protection walls to the outskirts of town.
You got a warhammer? You got a warhammer? As they running by.
Everybody
Warhammer.
gets a warhammer.
Warhammer.
I have a warhammer.
You have a warhammer? Yeah, two.
So
I'm playing.
this is where we'll end our quest
Zombie.
tonight
Skeleton.
because it is now what 8 o'clock.
It's like 7:53.
Yeah, it's almost.
It's almost 8. So that's where we will start at
Next time.
next time.
Alrighty.